Hello, everybody. This is Neil, artist, musician, actor, and whatever else you can think of. Coming at you with another video of another tool that I just created. Now, if you're like me and have tried the, hair utilities, mostly works except when it comes to the hair cards. And so this is why I made this tool. And I have put this up on Gumroad for $2. This one I am selling as opposed to the 3-point lighting HDA. That one's still going to be free. I'm going to put that HDA up on Gumroad, but $0, but you're welcome to pay if you want. But in any case, this one's going to have a cost to it because I did take the time to create it and make sure it works. So the way this tool works is you input your hair cards, separate geometry, and they feed into here. All your parameters, all your strands get created automatically. So all you got to do is put it in, creates them automatically for you. And then you can assign your islands to them. Randomize which islands are, you can put them on, and then you can color code them or whatever to make them easier to see. You can create as many islands as you want to fit over your UVs. And what happens is, like, as you create islands, this menu will get updated provided that the edges are not of the UVs are not shared. It's dependent on it. It's dependent on having the UV islands completely separate from each other. So as long as these are separate from each other, this menu will get updated. Anything that's connecting that is shared, you won't see it updated. And when you view this in the viewport with this option up here or here, show grid, you'll be able to see all that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's see, random color. Now we're not seeing these islands in the viewport because we don't have that option turned on. Now this, so you can show the strands, you can show the islands, and when you show the islands, of course, you'll see the number 1, 2, 3, 4 according to however you set them up. Or you can show both, and you can see both, right? Islands, strands, both. UV method, the normal way, the labs way, and you can see it update here, or none, and you can create your own UVs, which I really would recommend you create your own UVs for each island. And you want to orient them. It's really recommended that you orient them 0 to 1 or 1 to 0, whatever. If you choose none, you can orient your islands however you want and it will fit. But you want to have your UVs for each strand pointing the same direction. Otherwise, if you have them up and down, I haven't put in an option to move them which way yet. But that will come in the next version. Right now, when you use these two options, they'll orient them up and down. So if you create your own UVs, you don't have to deal with that. But you can create however many islands you want, position them, and as you create them, they'll show up here. Create them and separate them from all the other UVs, they'll show up here. You can color code them. You can randomize which strands go to which hair. You can do individual colors to make them see. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff here. Don't click this button here, clear, because it'll clear it out, and then you'll have to redo this. I'm gonna have to look into. I don't know how to make the strands like one um, and recook it, but you know, we'll figure it out. Okay, so it's a great little tool to automatically create your UVs for your island, for your strands. So we're just going to do this, and you can see that they're put here. And now these you can lay on top of each other, and they're not going, you know, as far as that goes, and they'll be fine. So it's very intuitive. And just to kind of demonstrate what this does here, I have all my hair strands here. I have created 9 islands according to my UVs. And this back here, to get the display, you just hit your display options, go to background, and do that. And you want this to be the same as this right here. Okay. But to get this to show up here, you still need this. If you clear this out, I mean, it doesn't affect your islands, because your islands are still right there. So it won't affect that at all. It's just for viewing options. But if you want to see it, you know, then you gotta put in the map. But like I said, this is really only for viewing purposes and has nothing viewing purposes and to help you position your islands. The maps were all created from tutorials that I found, you know, for creating hair cards for both Blender and Houdini, and those links will be in the description of the video. But it's pretty simple to use. Once you plug it in, once you create your islands, position your islands, like I said, and we're going to randomize the color of the islands here. And I'm already using island colors. Now you can see that, you know, these island colors match up. These colors match up to these islands down here, and that's because I have this on use island colors. So let's say that let's say I don't like this strip right here. Let me find which one that is. That is island number 8. All right, so I'm gonna have to put it in an intuitive way to figure that, you know, find which island. Island 8. So we want to look for island 8. 7, 4, 9. 3, 4. All right, let's see what this one is. That's that strip right there. Let's just use this one. Well, we have several other ones at island 8 as well. 5, 4, 8. That's the one. I'm gonna have to find a way to number these. But in any case, let's say I don't like this island right here. Let's say I don't want that on there, and I want to change it to this. 4. There we go. Change, and you can see that updated. Island 3, I don't like that. Let me see which one that is. I think that's the only one. No, there's 2 of them with 3. Let's see. That's the one over there, but we'll change that one anyway to 5, and then we'll take the other one. All the ones with island 3 I want to change, which is this one right here. We'll change it to that. And we got, you know, and so you can see how easy it is to update. I'm going to change this other one here. Let's see, I don't like these bright ones. Let's see which one that is. That is, I think that's 9. I think these two are 9. Yeah, let's see. Or it could be 6. It could be island 6 as well. But you can go through. I'm going to change all these to either 1, 4, or 5. But you can see how easy it is to update these. There's 2. That's island 9. We're going to change 4. Change 1. 5, 4, 1, 4, 2. Let's change this one. Change this one to island. And so you can see now that I have the hair strands on all of them. So now you can see where they're at. They're either 1, 4, or 5. So I'm going to save this. But it's just that simple. It's just that simple, right? The only hard part is just positioning your islands. Once you get them out there, you separate them. This list updates, and there you go. So, in the way this renders, I'll just render this in Redshift, because I have Redshift. You can create, however you create the islands is up, however you create the textures is up to you. You don't have to use Houdini or Blender to create them. You can create them in Photoshop. It doesn't matter as long as you create the textures, then it's fine. And you can see, this is what it looks like in, when you render it out. Now, obviously, this isn't perfect, so just, ignore it. We're going to let me turn this camera around here, show another angle, just so you can see what it looks like in the viewport. But I'm sure you can do a better job than what I'm doing here. But you can see with all the textures I created, you can see how it turns out. But yeah, that looks pretty good. It just helps you create. Your textures, your not textures. I'm sorry, your UVs. I do apologize. I'm not good at explaining things, but I hope this demonstration really helps you out. This is a wonderful tool. It's going to help me a lot to create hair for my characters. And let me actually show more practical use of it here. And I'll upload this sample file so you can see what it looks like. Now, if you don't have Redshift, I'll upload a sample file without the Redshift stuff on it. I won't, maybe not. We'll leave the sample file out. But the Houdini, let me make sure this is the right one. This might not be the right one, is it? No. Yeah, it's not the right one. I'm gonna have to create the. I don't know why it's not. Why it didn't update here, but the one that I provide will be correct. Let's see, KFX tools, create hair card UVs. Oh, that's why. Because it's, yeah, there we go. All right. So this update, this is a more practical use, and I have 52. Wow. I created a lot more strands on here. All right, so I'm gonna go through this, and I'll show you exactly how this works. So I have 52 strands. I want 9 islands, and I am going to take this opacity map. You know what? I'm going to use a different opacity map this time. I'm going to use a different opacity map this time. I'm going to use the one I created. Now, these are opacity maps I created in Redshift, but I'm going to use these opacity maps. I'm going to use this one right here. And then I'm going to put the background as that one as well. And yes, I have Character Creator 4, which is a great piece of software. This is where, and that's where I created that character from. Where are we at? Custom hair, renders, opacity. All right, you can see my opacity map. I'm going to take this over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make adjustments. I'm going to just copy these values on the initial one. just to get them separated. And you'll see right now there's only one because all of these islands are right on top of each other. But I want to show you what happens as you update them. Copy parameter, paste values, copy parameter, paste values, and now you see how it changed? It's because they're not sharing any edges. And so when you do that, this menu updates. Number 2, copy parameter. Now normally you would have to kind of do this manually because I don't have a way to get the manipulator, the transform gizmo. I don't have a way for the transform gizmo to put the transform gizmo on top. Copy parameter, paste value. Copy parameter, paste values, copy parameter. All right, and I'm just going through one by one just to get them in initial places. You know, so however you want to position them is up to you. Paste values. Now I'm not using this one because for some reason it's still in, I don't know why it's still in the menu here and why it wasn't updated, but but you don't have to worry about that. I can go through the asset manager and get rid of it. Copy parameter. And so I'm just getting these separated just so I have a starting spot. These values, copy parameter, paste values, paste values, and then copy parameter, paste values. And then we're going to create one more here because I need 9. Copy parameter, paste values, copy parameter, paste values. And I'll just get rid of this one because I don't need it anymore. Color individual islands, randomize the color. And then you see all of them are updated now. So I'm going to adjust these UVs real quick to better match these islands here. That one's that one. Now, I don't know why there's no black and white on this one, but and everything is starting from 0 to 1. So you don't have, so there's nothing weird. Let me see here. Alright. And it's just that simple to reposition. It's just that simple. Alright, so the scale. We're going to copy this and put it in here. And the offset in Y, well, V, put there, and that takes care of that. that takes. All right, and now. And look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then number 3. Let's see. Number 3. And actually the offset here are the same as 3 and 4. So what we'll do is we'll move. Yeah, I probably should have done this like the first thing before I started. But then again, you would really be able to see it in action, and that's what this video is about, is to show the action of this, this product, so you know exactly what you're getting. All right, there's that. Number 3 is done. Now the scale is between 3 and 4. I think are this going to be the same. Face value. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Let me go back to 3 here. Oh, so I have something. So this is really a different map than what I was using. But you can see how easy these adjustments are made. 1, 2, 3. Now you can skip ahead in the video if you don't want to watch all this. Wow, 4 and 5. Let's see. Nope, that's no 4 and 5. Obviously, having a black background will make this easier to see. But the opacity is working. All right, now we got that set. We'll set the scale. There's that, and then that covers that, and then number 5. Let's see. Oh wow, that's way down there. All right, so we're almost there. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry. Now we move to number 6. Let's see. Alright. Wow, I really created these, didn't I? I probably should have used the other one I created. But this, yeah. Alright. And you can see I'm just moving the islands. I'm just moving them around and adjusting them, and it's not very hard. It's not very hard at all. Takes a little. Now the initial islands takes a little bit of time to set up, but once you get them set up, you know, then they're good. And obviously you can save, you know, presets. I don't have any presets, but you can save a preset there. If you have, you know, islands you want to set up, obviously you can save presets. Let's see. All right, we're almost there. We are almost there. Whoops. Yep, and it's just that simple. All right. Number 8. We're going to copy the scale, copy parameter, and then paste values. We're going to copy the scale, and then we'll copy this, and then we'll just move it over. And that covers that, and then number 9 is left. Let's see. Yeah, that one down a little bit, and then over here. All right, and now to scale these. All right, so that. So that's that. And this is what they look like in the viewport. Sorry about that. But this, I think this was a good demonstration in showing you how it actually works. So now, see, I have all of these islands, and I'm going to show both here. Oh wow. I'm actually. Now that gives me the true opacity in the viewport here. Not like the other one. I mean, the other one could have been really good. But, I'm going to have to render these in Redshift a lot more. All right. So now we're using the island colors, which are all. They're all using the same, they're all on the same island, right? So I can randomize these orders, and there they are. And you can see exactly what islands are where. Well, let's say I don't want any of them on 2, 3, 7, and 8. Well, let's just find, let's see, 2, 3, 7, and 8. We'll put this one on 1, 4, 2, 3, 7. 5, you know, and I'm just going around, and this is real easy peasy, and this is, you know, 2, 3, 7, and 8 I don't want them on, so we'll put this on 1, 1, you know, you can change them around however you want. It's totally up to you. totally up to you, however you want to do it. And the great thing is it automatically updates. Alright, we're almost there. Heck, if it wasn't for 2, 3, 7, 8 is what I don't want them on. There's a 2. I didn't realize I had 52 strands. And actually, it could have been because of the way that I had to go in and fix something with it, detecting however many strands, however many pieces there were. And then once I fixed that, then it was detecting the right amount. I discovered that on when I was trying to make this video the first 1,000 times. So all right, so I got all the hairs updated to what I want. Let's see how it renders in Redshift. Save that just because I know how Houdini is. And if we rendered in Redshift, this is what it looks like in Redshift right now. Not the true representation of what it could be the way I built the textures themselves, but you can see what it does, when you apply the maps. And actually, that's the wrong. Let me actually update these materials. It's using the wrong materials, actually, to be honest. Let me see. Color constant root. Root. Apply. Roughness. Interesting. I don't have a roughness map. I only have these. I forgot. Maybe I forgot to create a roughness map. So for right now, we'll just turn that one down. Reflection, opacity is easy. ID. All right. Ambient occlusion, which I don't have. Interesting. But I do have a Z depth. And the normal is the flow map. Oh, those 5 maps were created. I know what they were. I know what that was. So Z depth, I'll just put in as the AO. See, the only thing I don't have is roughness. Okay. This is going to turn out a little different. These were specifically created for. Really created for. That's really rough. They were created to use in Character Creator. This should be raw, actually. Opacity is raw. ID should be raw. AO should be. It should be raw. I don't know why that's like that. X709. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to fix out the way I'll have to try to fix how they're rendered. But let's try that again. No, it's still different. I don't know why it's so bright like that. It's weird. It could be the way they were rendered out. I mean, these were specifically created. These maps were specifically created to use in Character Creator, but it shouldn't make a difference. The maps are the maps. So I don't know why they're coming out like that, but reflection. But wow, it's giving an emissive property. Why is it doing that? It's weird. Emissions off. Opacity, ID. There we go. That's weird. It's the this is doing it. I'm gonna have to go in and look at that, but it's this is doing it. But you can see how it turns out, though. So, lesson about maps: create them correctly. Cool. But that's just an overall look at how the tool works. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too much. But the hair card tool is going to be up on Gumroad. It's up on Gumroad. I'll have the link in the description. You can purchase it for $2, and and use it. And you can go ahead and crack it open and see how it works, and have fun with it. All right. So, that's it. Have a good day.